Alright, so we have game number 4 now, which you may be thinking, hey, that's confusing. Wasn't it just game number 2? Answer, yes, it is confusing. Apparently, Texas State University only has 4 players on their team, so they just automatically forfeit all of the 2v2s. So, Rice, oh, okay, that was interesting. Rice just attacked his own hatchery. That was weird. RM, I think his keys are a little messed up, yeah. Alright, gonna rejoin here. So, attacking your own hatchery with wrong hotkeys, interesting development. Okay, so, I'll explain what happened and why this is going to be game number 4. So, Texas State University has no 2v2 team apparently, they only have 4 players. So they just go straight into game number 4 in all of their series, which is interesting, or they just didn't come down for this weekend, also entirely possible. Big schedule, big time of the year for school. I don't think they were on spring break yet, so good of them to come down here. Anyway, what that ends up being is Texas State was at 2-0, so now they forfeited their 3v3, which is usually the 3rd round in Collegiate Star League. So now it's into game number 4, which will be a 1v1, which is being remade right now. It should be up in just a second, guys. Appreciate your patience there. There's a little bit of a player hotkey error if you're just tuning in. And it will be starting in just a minute. It is on Xel'Naga Caverns, and it's going to be a Protoss versus Zerg, I believe, which we haven't seen on the stream here today, I don't think. It's been mostly mirrors and then a Terran versus Zerg. So, pretty exciting for that. And should be starting up in just a second. If anybody has any questions about the brackets or the pool play, I'll try and get them answered. I don't know all of the answers, of course. I'm kind of in like a back room by myself with my own personal computer casting this here at Lone Star Clash. I got all this set up with the help of the IT guys here yesterday, and just kind of sitting in a back room casting. So there was somebody casting the Collegiate Star League, which some of us do want to watch and do follow pretty regularly. So set up in a back room back here, which is away from where all the players are playing, so I got to get communication. It's usually like a 2 or 3 minute delay as I move between places, so I apologize for that. And we are moving into this game. It just started up. You can probably hear the countdown noises. It should be just a minute before we're into the game here. And I wanted to take a moment to thank the sponsors who made this possible: TT Esports, BenQ, Alienware, Campus to Careers, and Rackspace, all making this possible. Big appreciation going out to them for making esports and supporting collegiate as well as pro level play. So really great stuff there. We have VXASloTh spawning here in the north position, playing for Texas State University. I will have to ask them why 2 of their members are on the same team, if it's just like a for fun team or if it's like a community team or what's going on with that. And down here in the south we have Blitz playing for Rice University as the green Zerg. Now this is opposite positions of where they were in that first game that was remade, but really not that big of a deal considering it's set spawns here on Xel'Naga Caverns. It's not like it could have been close by ground or close by air and then it got changed up and it's a totally different dynamic. It's still cross positions, so not really a big deal moving between the different positions, top versus bottom here. And so far we have no early pools, nothing like that, which is not horribly uncommon on Xel'Naga Caverns. One of the reasons I think it was probably removed from the map play was because it was not that long of a rush distance per se, and you knew where they were spawning, so you could do a lot of damage, or at least force a wall in early with a forge, unideally here for the Protoss as a Zerg. And of course it's a little weird to forge fast expand on this map because this area is kind of big. You have to like pylon, forge, gateway before you get over to the Nexus, so it can really be harassed by lings really well. And Blitz dropping his pool right now, has not dropped his expansion, has his gas rolling, so standard out of him. You really don't want to be dropping your expansion versus a Protoss where they know where you are so fast off the bat, because even like 2 Zealot pressure can actually deal a lot of damage on that, or of course proxy cannons knocking it down. So yeah, gateway finishing up, cybernetics core going down. The gap is going to be right between these 2 buildings. That's where the units are going to move in and out. And we have an assimilator, not a second gas actually being taken yet. It should be probably about 20. But yeah, nothing crazy going down. A little bit of scouting, Ling speed starting up, which is an interesting choice. Ling speed always is in the opening, especially on this map. Roaches are pretty effective on this map, so kind of interesting to decide to go with Ling speed. Not sure if that means he's going to be going for like really high aggression into the second base when it actually comes up, which is possible. There's a lot of surface area. It's hard to sentry force field off the entire expansion. Like I talked about a minute ago, it's the same reason why he can't forge fast expand really, is because it's just such an open natural for the Protoss player. So let's see, we have a queen popping out, expansion still not yet taken. Nice cancel, very last second cancel there, very nicely done by Sloth, delaying that hatchery as long as possible. Looks like he might be going into his expansion pretty soon. He has not dropped a Vespene Geyser. He's not dropped an assimilator on that second Vespene Geyser at 20 like most Protoss do. So I'm not sure if he's going to be going for 3-gate aggression. Oh, he's 4-gating. Okay. I was like, this is weird. And that would be why, because he's 4-gating. That third one is hidden in the back though, so like if an Overlord flies in right here, he'll see 3-gate and be like, oh, 3-gate expand. That's not weird. That happens all the time. If you manage to get up to this assimilator though, he would know that is not what is going on. Not only not 3-gate, but also 4-gate. And we'll have to see if he's going to be able to react and defend this. Blitz looks like he's not really in a position to defend 4 gates. That being said, there are Lings out around the field, patrolling around, looking for proxy pylons, but it looks like Sloth is going to be able to drop one right here, and then whatever forces are up on the high ground, he's just going to rely on those to warp in. And when it's versus Lings like this, when you're 4-gating and it's mostly Lings on the field, low ground is a really great position for the pylon. When it's mostly Roaches, not exactly the best thing, because you can pick them off and then they can only be warped in on the low ground, and then that kind of sucks. So we'll have to see if he's able to hold this. 2 Stalkers, 2 Zeals warping in. Army supplies pretty even right now. It's all Lings though, so really it's going to come down to force fields. Will he be able to catch this moving out in the middle of the map? If he does, that would be massive if these Lings get into this base, which there is no wall in right now, so going for the counterattack, though he doesn't know it's a counterattack, running in, all those Lings are going to get in the middle line. Will he come back home? Looks like he is going to. He cannot keep up that 4-gate with all these Lings inside his base. So what was looking like a hopeless situation here for Blitz looks like it's going to turn around as lots of these probes are going to get picked off. It's going to stop all mining, and he needs to really start pumping out stuff here at home. Spinecrawler is going up on top of the ramp. Very good choice. Very, very nice read there. He knows that it's going to be a heavy aggression. He sees the gates now. And these Lings are just kind of milling around. They really need to attack these Zealots. You're not going to be able to get out of there. More Zealots being warped in. Lings running back to the middle line, trying to prevent as much mining as possible. Income very heavily in favor of the Zerg player. Natural now getting worked on. And it looks like it's just going to move over here and keep force fielding the ramp as he picks it off. So really, this game has the high potential of going a lot longer than a 4-gate game would, just because of that counterattack. Force field's constantly going down. He's not going to be able to get down that ramp. There's 1 more force field left in this, and 2 over here in those 2. So Spinecrawler is going in at the top of the ramp. He needs to be not caught away from those. Going for the surround. Lings getting around, getting onto those sentries. 1 sentry going down without throwing down its force field. 2 force fields down, but a big amount of Lings. The last Zealot is now dying, and these Stalkers look like they're both going to get picked off. Now there's 1 Zealot over here on this side of the field, and the Zerg player looks like he's successfully held this 4-gate and dealt a lot of damage in return with that counterattack. So good hold here by Blitz, but here come more Zealots, the ones that were defending back at home, and now these Spinecrawlers are going to be caught out in the open by themselves, repositioning. Is he going to try and run up that ramp? Good move by the Zerg, moving those Lings over there, preventing the Zealots running up, and the Protoss player is just going to be forced to retreat. There's a macro hatch up here in the main, and he looks like he's going to maybe be starting up his expansion again. I'm not sure. I think that second crawler is actually placed where you would need to drop it, so interesting positioning there by him. Lings moving out around the field. Looks like those 4 are probably going to move down here. Yeah, there he goes. Clicks on that pylon. Take that out there. 4 Zeals and a sentry. That's it out over here for the Protoss. So far behind economically. Just now picking up his second gas. Worker count shows... Where's that worker count? Units. There we go. 23 to 19. And we have 26. Okay, so Blitz is droning behind this. Looks like he's picking back up his natural. He knows he's really far ahead. So he doesn't want to risk throwing it away by just continuously throwing units at the main base. Also over in chat, hi, X-Gamers Mexico. How are you doing? Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. This is Collegiate Star League. This is game number 4 between Rice University and Texas State University. games number 1 and 2 did go to Texas State University. They were lower seeded in the bracket, and Rice did lose both of those games, but they won by default, granted, game number 3, which would be a 2v2 because Texas State did not have enough players to play that. And you may be saying, wait, didn't they have players who played different games? So you can only play your players once before the ace match. So you have to have at least 5 players to do that. And were they to play the 3v3, or I'm sorry, the 2v2, and throw another player into that, they wouldn't actually be able to play their 4th match should they lose it. So that's a bigger gamble to do it that way. It's better just to forfeit it and then let it go into game number 4 and an ace match. Robo facility up, so there's now 4-gate Robo with an expansion just now going down here. We have an Overlord here at the 3rd, preventing that from going up. And Big Ling is going to get the surrounds on it. Looks like he's kind of moving at it, but then decided not to. There's quite a few force fields, one going down. No Lings actually lost on that, so that was a good use of Lings there. Baiting a force field out, not really getting any damage done here. Blitz, in the meantime, doesn't really have too much going on, just droning. He's up to 36. This is what a normal game would look like at like 7 minutes, though the infestation pit probably wouldn't be there. But 4-gate, expansion dying, back, forth. This game was delayed, and it's like it was frozen in time for a little bit, and just now catching up. We have a Forge going down here at the bottom of the ramp, so Tech should be coming along. +1 on attack would probably be the best choice for Protoss, as that kills Zerglings in 2 swings instead of 3, so very important upgrade as long as there's no armor coming out on those Zerglings. We have a Changeling hanging out, which they know it's a Changeling. Yeah, I was going to say the observer's like watching it like, hey guys, you guys know that that's a Changeling over there? Oh, okay, yeah, I guess we'll kill that. And we have an observer being picked off, it looks like, in the main, as Blitz kills it with a queen. Now, did he see the infestation pit? Okay, he knows the infestation pit is down, so he knows it's probably going to be Ling Infestor, which is a really great composition against Gateway, actually. Like 2 or 3, 4, I guess it's 3 fungal growths will kill a sentry with 80 HP. I think it does 35, and then plus the armored. So yeah, I think it's 3 versus sentries. So you get 3 infestors out, which there are 4. You can kill all those sentries without even having to engage. Just kind of walk up, drop it, walk up, drop it. Without blink and charge, the infestors can do that very easily. So I have to see if that is what he's going to do, or is he just going to commit to it and let the sentries throw out force fields. A lot of Lings moving along, 35. Army values very heavily in favor of the Zerg player right now. So I have to see, watch this count. Force fields going down, they're a little bit further back. Fungal growths do go down on the entire army. Big surround going down, and Sloth looks like he's in a really bad position right now, as Roaches are just kind of chilling, but it doesn't matter. Blitz does pull it back for Rice University, so this looks like it's going to go into game number 5. Ace match. We'll have to see what each side throws out as their ace match.